I'm Shoshana Milgram, and I am Associate Professor of English at Virginia Tech. And I'm a cheerleader for values and for literature. And today I'm going to read you a favorite passage of mine from Ayn Rand's fiction. And it comes from Atlas Shrugged. It's in part 3. It's in chapter 1. And Dagny Taggart is looking at the faces of some men she had never expected to see again. And this is what she says. This looks like, you know, I never hoped to see any of you again. I wondered at times how much I'd give for just one more glimpse or one more word. And now this is like that dream you imagine in childhood, when you think that someday in heaven you will see those great departed whom you'd not seen on earth, and you choose from all the past centuries the great men you would like to meet. Well, that's one clue to the nature of our secret, said Axton. He's a philosopher. He's the person she's talking to. Ask yourself whether the dream of heaven and greatness should be left waiting for us in our graves, or whether it should be ours, here and now and on this earth. Okay, now, the power of this passage begins with Dagny's profound fulfillment at seeing something that she'd supposed impossible. She knew that these men were gone, that they had left without leaving a forwarding address, that they were gone forever, that they were gone entirely, and yet somehow here they are, right in front of her. Seeing them reminds her of another impossible dream, something that she'd imagined when she was young, having the chance to see the dead, the great departed, people she'd never met on earth and whom she knew only through their great achievements and through their spiritual grandeur. So, one impossible thing reminds her of another impossible thing. And what Hugh Axton tells her, he encourages her to think of what ought to be. What ought to be is the presence of human greatness, not something gone entirely, gone forever, but present here and now and on this earth. Now, when I read this, I had another thought in mind, which is not necessarily a thought in Dagny's mind or in Ayn Rand's mind, but it was a related thought. And it was the question of how could there be a place where you could see people whom you'd never seen on earth? Great people. How could you encounter people like that? So that's the question. And I know the answer, and so do you. Okay, the great departed, some of them, they were writers, they were thinkers. And so in a very important sense, they aren't gone. They aren't gone forever. They're here. They're here. And to meet them, you just need to open a book and open your eyes.